Oh, hello everyone! Welcome to our business update of June 2026 of Richner-Precision. I know it took a little longer, so I'm very sorry for that. We had to move and we had a lot of things to do and machines to build because we have a lot of pre-orders or orders. And yeah, we are currently working on building these machines. Okay. Now, what do we talk about today? I have made a little list of talking points. It's like the last time, totally unscripted. So if you have a problem with many A's and bad English, be aware of that. Yes. Now, what have we done? We moved our whole business in a new place here to Teufenthal. It's like 15 minutes away from the last place. And it's double the size, it's much newer, and it's on the floor level. So we don't have to lift everything up in the 1 meter above floor level. We are now completely floor level. We have a huge door, a huge gate, which is like 7 meters wide and 3 meters high. And we have double the space. Before we had 200 square meters and now we have 400 square meters. Yes, and the building is absolutely beautiful. When I saw it in the announcement, it was perfect. I saw it and I was in love instantly because it's full black. The whole building is black on the outside. It's perfect for our business colors, because you know all the Richner machines, they are black and blue, so it fits perfectly. We have mounted a huge steel logo, which is soldered steel, made of soldered steel, and it's 4 meters wide and it looks very nice. I mounted it myself. It was a little risky because it was quite high up, but it worked out nice and it looks very nice. You will probably see some pictures now of the building and of the logo because it is stellar. It's very, very, very nice building and I'm very happy with how it worked out, and it's also not that expensive for a new building directly at the main road, and also the train station is also like 30 seconds away. Yeah, we are very happy here. It's very nice. Then the car got the new logo. As you know, we have changed our name. We were Nano CNC before, and now we are Richner-Precision, because it's a much more professional sounding name, and you can say I have a Richner machine and it sounds Swiss, because we are a Swiss manufacturer in Switzerland and building Swiss machines. It's obvious that we have to sound Swiss. Then, yeah, we have new shirts. I don't wear one now, but we have blue Richner-Precision shirts. Yes, we have more employees. With the last business update, we were 2 people, me and another guy, and now we are 4. Beginning of the next week, we are 4. Now we are 3, and then we are 4, and in around 1 month, we are 5. Yes, we have a new internship. How is it called? We have here in the, like 20 minutes away, there is Fachhochschule Nordwestschweiz. It's a school for engineering and other stuff, and they have an internship style school. Yeah, I'm missing a little of some words, but it's a special program where you can work 50% and go to school 50% for 4 years, and then you get your degree. And we can now do that. And we already have one intern that is exactly doing this type of school. Now we have a new showroom. You can see now some pictures. We have all machines testable in there. We built the XM9, the first one, in there. It looks very nice. We have a logo on the wall, and we have cool lights on the ceiling that I have mounted there that can switch colors, like to blue, which looks obviously cool for like a photo shoot or something. Then we have new pellet stackers, 2 new electric ones. Now we have 3 electric ones. Very nice. Probably doesn't concern you much. Then let's go to the first machines. Block 4-5, CNC mills. Well, the production is in full swing. We are working every day on block 4 and 5s. But we have still more orders than we can produce, but we are very happy with that, so don't stop. The next batch of block 5 frames will arrive in August, but we still have some, I think 3 or so from the current batch that are not sold yet. But we are now building like 13 at once, currently now. Yes. Then the manual is finished. Block 4-5 manual is available. I can show you. This is now the printed version, but of course we also will have a PDF version. You know, it's like 70 pages or so. It was a pain to make, but I'm happy it's done. Same for the Rui. There's also a manual now here. Yes. Good. Then we have a manufacturing checklist that I want to show you. For each machine that gets built, doesn't matter if it's a block, a Rui, or some other machine, it gets a checklist because when the machine is finished, we measure it in all dimensions and in all possible situations to get to make sure it reaches the precision it should have, and we sell it like that. And there is also, of course, a checklist for like electrical stuff, so we are sure it is safe. And then we have a checklist of all the software options of like stuff that can go wrong if we miss it. So we put it in a checklist. I can show you here. It's an inspection report. This is just an example. Then here we have the accuracy test report where we make like 1 day or so or a half a day. We just use for measurements when the machine is fully built. So we can be sure that it reaches a certain level. And here we have like the electrical test, the checklist, and the packing list. Yes. And if you buy a machine, you get that. You get the original, and we make a copy of it. Then we have all bugs ironed out, or at least all bugs that I know of. We had like some bugs with the startup reset. If you don't press the emergency stop reset fast enough, it had problems connecting. This is fixed, fully fixed. Then we had a problem with the MPG. If you plug in the MPG USB stick, which we don't sell yet, so it was only an internal bug that we knew of. This is also fixed. Then like for the door switch, I don't remember that, but that is also fixed. Yes, we have fixed some software bugs. And as we use all the same NC sender and Gerbil controller in all the machines, it's always the same. We have fixed the bugs in all machines. Then we have new plugins for NC Sender Pro, like skew compensation, 3D mesh, etc. Yes, they are very handy. Check it out if you have NC Sender or NC Sender Pro. Then we have new block subvariant, which, or better, it's a standalone machine, I should say. It's just based on the block. It's the block 4 micron, because we had huge demand from watchmakers from all over the world, but a lot from Switzerland, because I didn't know it, but we have a lot of small independent watchmakers in Switzerland that are searching for a capable, not too expensive watchmaking machine for small gears, bridges, other types of very small micro stuff. And it is not much available on the world market with real capable machines. And yeah, that's why we have the block 4 micron watchmaking machine now, which is the block 4, but built to much higher tolerances and with much more high precision, low pitch ball screws, TBI rails, and most importantly, Nakanishi spindle. And the Nakanishi spindle makes like a third of the price that we have to pay for building it, or half of the price even, is just an Nakanishi spindle, because it's a very high quality Japanese made micro machining spindle. It claims 1 micron run out in each scenario, so it's quite something. And it's also, we have a special table for 3R 0-point systems that's only for the micron. Yes, and it also has a little different type of status colors or status lamp, because for the normal block 4 and 5, the status lamp is just the rear light, or the status light is the rear light of the machine. So if it's idle, it's white. If it's like an emergency, it's red, and so on. And the block 4 micron has that in the front with 2 little, you probably see it in the pictures now. It has 2 little holes, left and right of the spindle. And on the bottom there is just a normal LED light. These are all custom PCBs. Yes. Then we have, let's talk about the MPGs, the hand wheels. Oh, not first. I just remembered the block 4 micron also got a new tool setter that I can show you here, if it sees it. It's our custom made Revo tool setter, which is a very high precision tool setter based on the Panasonic, on a Panasonic sensor. That also that I saw in another YouTube video from, wait, I don't remember. Wait, Scratch Build Designs, yes. There's another YouTuber, Scratch Build Designs. He made a nice video about the tool setter that he has done himself. And I just looked at that video and I thought it's a very nice sensor that he uses. And I made a whole different design around the same sensor. It's much more compact and with the same precision. And it's perfect for watchmaking needs. But for the micron, we also have a laser tool setter. Yes. Then, what can I show you? Here we have our minimum quantity lubrication, which is also fully custom made. It's our Vortex MQL system that you can see here. Yes, then the MPG. Wait. Here it is. Here I can show you. We have now material in-house for 20 pieces. This will be the first 20 and then they will be sold very, very fast. The only thing we are still waiting on is the batteries, because I hate selling batteries. I really, really hate it, because I cannot sleep if I think I have sold batteries that can burn the building down. That's why we just take the most high precision or most expensive and the best batteries that are available. And these are, of course, Jauch German-made batteries that have all the safety features built in, like redundancy in some safety features, and they have all the norms tested and everything is safe with them. It's Jauch quartz LiPo batteries, and we are now just waiting for them to answer the last email, and then we can finally order them and build them in the MPGs. Here you see the MPG. It's the same as before. It's beautiful. This is now with the fully CNC milled aluminum case. Yes, and here the Heidenhain style rotary encoder. Yes, and here you see the back. It's fully custom made for our machines and it's very, very nice. Then, where are we? MPG, yes. Block 5 Pro. Of course, we will build also Block 5 Pro sub-variants. This is the Block 5, built to professional standards, with an external cabinet and with Heidenhain controller. And this will also be available with Heidenhain linear encoders. Yes, then Heidenhain controller, the TNC7 basic is the Heidenhain controller we will use, and this will be released more or less now. So we get the first unit that is available in this world of the new TNC7 Basic. Yeah, this edition that we have, we will get the first one of those. Then we have ordered it, and it should be here, I think, mid-July. So in 2-3 weeks, let's hope, it will be here, and then we will build it in the first XM9. And this guy, I think he's in summer vacation in July, so he will get here in early August, as far as I know. Just follow us on Instagram. Yes, and there you will see it. Then, soon available, yes. Then we have a lot of new PCBs made for all the machines. Like we have our Dominator compact controller that we use in all machines. I remade them a little bit. I made some updates, added some new fuses for different outputs. I added another type of Raspberry, because before we used the normal standard Raspberry P5 as our Linux controller or Linux computer that is running NC Standard Pro on there, and the RP2350B microcontroller that is running Gerbel-Hall. And this together is an ecosystem that is perfectly integrated in the machine, and it runs all standalone on the machine, so no external computer or anything. And for the smaller machines like the Block 4, we had many space constraints because it fit exactly, and it's so tight you cannot fit anything else in there. Yes, but I tried to fix that a little, because or with like this type of Raspberry. This is a CM5 P5 compute module. It's a lot smaller than the P5, and I can only route the connectors that I need out to the board, and I can route them in this direction that I need them or that I want them. So I made a special version for them, and if it works right and I'm happy with it, it will get in the new batch of machines. And I think it's a lot nicer than the old controller, which is already very nice, like 99% nice. We are now reaching critical levels of nice or of perfect of a controller for Gerbel-Hall. I think there is not much else available. You can see it here. Do you see it in the screen? Maybe a little. Here you see it in the 3D rendering of KiCad, because we use that for PCB. It's a 4-layer, and you see here is the CM5 module here, and all the rest is around, like the HDMI port, the USB ports, and all the other stuff that was also there before. Yes, it's very nice. Then we have a pump PMW controller that I made. I think you can see it here, right here in the CAD. This is the adapter that you can just plug between the pump of the Block 4-5 or torque, just the flood cooling pump. And then you can change the PWM. You can change how much it pumps. So you can go to much lower RPM in the pump, and you don't have as much pressure, and it's much nicer for a lot of customers who don't need high pressure flood coolant, and then you have it everywhere. Yes, this is one. That is, all these PCBs, they are on the way now, and they should reach us next week. Then MQL, I made a special adapter for the minimum quantity lubrication. This one, because the solenoid inside the box where the tank is for the MQL also needs like the flyback diode and an external relay, because the relay on this PCB is not has not enough amperage for this solenoid. Then micron, RGB, all the micron PCBs for the RGB front, for the low light. All these PCBs will reach us next week. Then RUI Mark 1. We are also building this every week. Every week we continue. We already shipped out, I think, around 10. We are not that fast. We have shipped around 10, and no, wrong. Yeah, though, we shipped around 10 and we have pre-built some modules for the next 10, and currently we are building 3 at the same time, and all 3 have tool changers with a rack for tool changing, and all 3 have full enclosure. These are all 3 for schools or maker workshops, or not maker. How is it called? Maker rooms, maker. You write it in the comments if you know the right word. I cannot remember. Yes. Yeah. Then ATC version. Yes, I said that. Then Rui Core. Maybe some guys are waiting for the Rui Core, for the cheap entry level portal milling machine or router that we will sell. And we are still not further, because we have material here for the first 30 pieces, but we have no manpower left to make the manual. But we have an intern that is starting next week on Monday, and he will start with the assembly manual for this machine. And as soon as we have finished the assembly manual, we will start with the pre-order of these machines. And then, of course, soon we will ship out all the material. This is not that complicated. It's not that it's a very simple machine. I think it's one of the simplest in the build, how it is built. It's very simple. Then Torque 8, it's our lathe. We built the first prototype almost, like 90%. It's always the hardest to make the last 10% or finish the last 10% of the machine. But we're still waiting on one bellow. Next week we get a huge shipment of cable chains and custom bellows for all our machines, and then we also get a bellow that I have missed when ordering the bellows that are currently mounted, because one bellow is just mirrored of the other bellow, and I have forgot to order that. We will get that next week, and then we can fully finish the first Torque 8 prototype and check it. But it already looks very nice, and we have also built 2 additional frames that are also waiting now for continued work, and they look very nice. And I think the Torque 8 is a perfect example of a perfect designed machine where you don't have too much of anything. It's just every part that has to be rigid is rigid, and everything that doesn't matter is just sheet metal. Yeah, but it's still like 100 kilos. Then XM9, this is the first professional machine, or real professional machine. We have the prototype here. Let's look at some pictures. It looks very nice, but it's missing a lot of stuff. It also gets its bellows with the shipment next week, and also its cable chains. And yes, we have also made new PCBs for that. A huge I/O board for the Heidenhain, because Heidenhain, I don't know why, probably because they do it since like 30, 40, 50, 60 years, but they use D-sub connectors for anything. Anything is with D-sub. No idea how others do that, or they use Heidenhain stuff, but I have just made a huge adapter, like 30 centimeters long and 100 millimeters wide, for all the I/O, because the Heidenhain controllers have built-in I/O, I think 30 in, 30 out, I think a lot. And I have made a huge adapter. It's just D-sub to terminals. I can show you with pictures now. And it has for each input, it has LEDs. For each output, it has LEDs. So you see if it's on or off, if it's triggered or not. Then it also brings the USB and Ethernet to the front, so we don't have to fiddle around with the control cabinet on the front where the controller is in there. With the touchscreen, you can all plug in this stuff on the back side. And what else is on there? Wait, it's also a little distribution of 24 and 0 volts, I think. Wait, I can open it fast, and then I can look at it. It's here. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. No, wait, it is this one. Wait. Here. Let's look at it. It's very simple. We also have the tool setter and the probe and the power distribution of the controller and the analog outputs. All is on this huge PCB. You can look at it. Wow, and it's all Phoenix style connectors, so very easy to connect to. Then all the other stuff like the spindle motors or spindle servo, all the sheet metal for the whole construction around it, and will all arrive in a huge shipment, I think 10 or 20 tons, no, probably more like 10 of sheet metal, will arrive in August, early to mid-August. Okay, then XM5, as you know, it's our 5-axis machine with Heidenhain controller, the first 5-axis machine with Heidenhain controllers, sub probably 250k or so. It should start around 70k. And this will also, all the material for 3 machines will also arrive in this shipment in August. This design is fully finished. All parts are on their way, ordered like half a year ago. Yes, I can probably show you now some casting pictures or other pictures of the material that is from the XM5. Yes, it's a very, very nice, beautiful machine, and I think there is no comparable machine out there, because there are either very, very small, compact 5-axis machines or huge 20-ton monsters, and in between there is not much. You can write in the comments if you know of a medium-sized 5-axis machine that don't break the bank, but I don't know one. Yes, I think this is more or less all for now. I probably forgot a ton because we do so much every day, and I'm working like 6 to 7 days per week as usual. And yes, it was a lot going on, and we will see us in the next update. I hope a little sooner this time, because this took way too long. I hope in like late 2026 or even for like in 2 or 3 months. Let's hope. I can do it. We can make it work. Okay. Bye.